All right, we got Rick Nickerson in studio now. Bottom Zupp. Welcome back in, sir.
Man, it's great to be here. Always a pleasure. I appreciate what you do for the community, and your show provides such an outlet for people that are looking for other good people out there. And we're just a floor removal company that started off, with a machine and a dream many years ago. We're here in the local community.
Yeah.
We love your show. We love your format, and it's just a great opportunity to be here with you today again.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks so much for the kind words. We really appreciate that. And you brought a special guest in today from your organization. Maybe you should do the introductions for us. Hilda Huertas in studio.
I would love to do that. Oh my gosh, she is our right hand. She's the one that makes it happen. She's our first voice. The customer calls in. She's the one that makes it happen. She's the first and last voice in every deal that we make at Bottom Zupp. It's Hilda Huertas. She's director of First Impressions. Hilda, why don't you say hi?
Well, hello, Brandon, and thanks for having me here.
My pleasure.
I am glad to be next to who I call my captain.
Nice.
As our co-veteran here.
Yeah, I love that. You guys have great chemistry, you can tell.
Yes, absolutely.
Great company. It sounds like that, from everything from your morning meetings you have with your team, from what you've talked about on the previous shows. You come in, you kind of set the tone for the day. You get everybody ready to go. They're ready to go into a game after that point, right?
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, because we're going out, and we're taking a tough job, and we're making it look real easy. And it starts with that first point of contact. We talk about that first point of contact and what that looks like. Everybody's got a mission statement. Ours is very simple. Mm-hmm. We want to provide quality floor removal and customer service at a price the customers can afford.
Right.
And to reach that objective in our communities, that we're now in 3 different communities, but Tampa Bay is where we all started. This is our home. Mm-hmm. But we've reached out. We're now in the Fort Myers area and Sarasota as well. We've got divisions down there. But we knew that we needed to reach out to people, and to do that, we decided to kind of do a major marketing blitz about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And we knew we've got a customer base. Those are the floor retail stores.
Mm-hmm.
They're everywhere. But we want, with the transition to the DIYers and the HGTV, mm-hmm. do it yourself, the Home Depots, the Lowe's, all those people are doing it themselves, and we were missing out on that. And Hilda, we created her position so that she could be that first voice. When people call, we were missing all those phone calls. And to have her, now she's taken on such a great role, great responsibility. When you talk customer service, it's from point of sale all the way, first conversation all the way to the end. She's that person for us.
Love it.
She's my right hand. She's that first phone call I make. How are things going? How's Facebook look? What are what are the reviews saying?
Yeah.
And she handles and manages all that, including those phone calls each and every day.
Yeah. Hilda, tell us more about it. Tell us what you love about it.
I love the contact. I'm a people person.
Yep.
I'm an analyst by nature as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the phone calls that Rick is out in the field taking care of the customers that have already been established. For the most part, has always been the construction, the contractors, and so forth.
Yep.
So we're having a hard time. He was having a hard time with the DIYers, like he said. So we have the customers, the homeowners that are calling in and so forth. And when they're calling in, they're overwhelmed. They don't know the process. They don't know what's going on. And I calm them down. I take the time to explain how the process works, what can be done, what cannot be done. I set them up. The same thing with contractors that just heard about us from other businesses that already spoke to Rick. And they heard about us. They call in. So what do I do to get you guys on board? I want to work with you too. So-and-so said that you guys are great. And I said, yeah, we are, of course. So I calm them down too. I love talking to people. I love talking to contractors and to people. And I set them up with the documents that they need. I jump the gun with giving them what they don't know that they already needed. So that first impression, that last impression is always is what's remembered.
Yeah.
So when I make that contact with them, I make sure that they're at ease, that they can call in, that they are comfortable with me, and they're, in essence, comfortable to speak to all the managers after that.
Yeah.
They have all the documents at hand right up front. I get everything to them, to the customer and to the contractor, before they even need to ask for it. A lot of times I hear that they're happy that they don't have to chase us down for those documents when they're going through an audit.
Yeah.
Because I set them up and I send it to them right up front.
Yeah. I love it. It's one of those things in business too, to have, you have, I think back over my career when I was an account executive, out in the field making the things happen, the sales guy in the field, and then you have your account manager. That's the one that you send the files to. They get it done. So you can see that breakdown across a lot of different businesses and verticals depending on industry. But it's so important to have that cohesive team. It's much like a quarterback out there. You got the receivers, you got the linemen, you have your whole team of folks that are working together, it sounds like. So bottomzupp.com. Check out bottomzupp.com. If you just joined us, we're talking with Rick Nickerson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as Hilda Huertas. She's the director of First Impressions, and I love everything from our Keller Williams office. Also uses that name.
Yeah, you were
for the
mentioning
position.
that, and
director.
And how catchy is that? I mean, people, when you talk customer service, Brandon,
yes.
that's the name of the game, and it's right in my mission statement. We want to provide quality floor removal.
Yep.
And quality customer service, which if you're going to do that, you've got to have a voice.
Yes.
And Hilda's our voice. And we're proud of that. We're glad to have her. She is our quarterback at Bottom Zupp. And
I like that.
She's our go-to gal. And there's usually nothing, or she keeps us in line. You know, hey, we didn't document this correctly, or we missed this one. She's that person for us. And boy, she's been a blessing. And our business has improved because we put this position in place that says to the customer, we care and you're important.
Yeah, checks and balances in place.
There's something like dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And when you're in the middle of a project with project managers or salesmen, and they're out there doing what needs to be done, it's very hard to keep track of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So that's what I do. Yeah. I do that for the homeowner. I do that for the contractor. I do that for my boss. I do that for my coworkers.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. And that's what makes the transition so smooth. And that's what makes the customer happy. Makes the contractor happy. Makes the customer know that they can be at ease. That it's okay to slip. I'm here to find it and to take care of it. Absolutely.
And so when we're talking about Bottoms Up, it's not like the emotions aren't high in a lot of cases, especially for the residential deals, even the commercial, because it's somebody's business that they're taking time away from. They're changing out the flooring. Rick and his team comes in. They have these machines. They have all types of great training where they come in and they basically rip up the flooring. So you got dust everywhere. So you're entering people's lives at a high transactional, from a transactional perspective, at a high stress time. As much as I am when I'm selling someone's house or buying an investment property, you're coming into all these elevated emotions already.
And that's customer service.
Yes.
And that's creating an environment where they can sit back and take a deep breath and go, okay, they got us. They've got us. Yeah. They're professional. They call people back. They're going to follow up. They're going to make sure that you're prepared before you go into the project. And we've talked about this many times before. We're going into, like your line of work, this is their biggest investment most of the time. This may be their only one. Or it might be repeat customers. But whatever the case may be, we're going into one of their biggest investments, where their home is, where they live, where they raise their kids, where their family is. And they know they're going to be disrupted. But to what level? And that's where we want to step in, make sure we inform them that they're knowledgeable, they understand how the process works. We go in and not just say what you're going to do, but do what you say.
Yeah.
And without a director of first and last impressions, you can't provide those services to a customer without having someone like Hilda that does care and that's there to cross all the T's and dot the I's daily.
That's right. Yeah, the last impressions too is like asking for that referral.
I wanted to throw that in there.
Getting into that follow-up. So I like where you're at with that, Rick. So when we come back too, I want to ask you a success story. I want to hear a recent success story, something good out there happening with Bottoms Up, and also so stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Don't touch that down. More from our expert contributors. And a lot of times, I think it's what traps a lot of business owners is they invest in the wrong things. Instead of investing back in their company, equipment, supplies, marketing, those types of things, they're investing in the new watch that came out, the cool watch, or the car that they want to boast to their friends about. I mean, so it comes down to 50% of businesses after 5 year sale. Yeah, interesting fact.
And it's so true. And that my senior level, I went to the Baptist Harvard, Hardin Simmons University, and my Dr. Flores, one of my renowned professors there, told me that statistic that if you're planning on, all you smart guys out there and gals that think that you're going to start a business, let me tell you a little fact. Most of you are going to fail in your first year. And I went, what? But it's a true story, and it's a lot of it. And the cash flow, you've got all those people You know, the road to hell was paved with good intentions.
Yep.
And, you know, those people all had great intentions, great ideas, and really believed in what they were doing, but didn't do their analysis, didn't do their demographic research, and their price points were incorrect, and their cash flow was improper.
Yeah.
And we've had to address that. I mean, we're a young business. We're now 10 years, you know, but we started off with a machine and a dream, and I knew that slow growth was the way to go. Slow and steady. You know, when we build up our customer client base, we'll buy another truck, we'll buy another machine, and then we'll, you know, and it was 1, and then it was 2, and then it was 3, and that's it. Slow and steady wins the race, you know. And people blast off and try and overinvest or invest in the wrong things, and they end up failing because the amount of money going out, the money's going out quicker than it's coming in.
Now,
it's
now
just
is it close to
fact.
40, 50 trucks? Or I remember last time you mentioned.
We've got 20 trucks.
Wow.
We've got 20 trucks in 3 locations.
Yeah.
So we're doing,
awesome.
in the Tampa Bay area, we're doing from 9 to 12 jobs a day.
Yeah.
And we just started, like I said,
awesome.
I'm living up to what I believe in, which is slow and steady growth in those new demographic regions, which is Sarasota and Fort Myers. We only have 2 or 3 jobs going a day.
Yeah.
We're going to grow that, but it's slow and steady.
That's right.
You know, we're at a different rate because we've been in this marketplace for 10 years now.
Exactly.
So we're going to build it the same way, and hopefully the Lord will bless us with great customers that we have, our customer base, and the word will spread.
That's awesome. By the way, LaBelle, just east of Fort Myers. That's where I'm from.
Is that your old stomping grounds right there?
LaBelle
oh my God, I love downtown Fort Myers, man.
Yeah, that east side of town is just beautiful, right on the Caloosahatchee River.
It's beautiful there.
Gorgeous.
It's a little hidden gem. Yeah.
They renamed the road, the main road in LaBelle that goes through it, named Cowboy Way, after our high school team that went to state championship game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyways,
small world.
He just had to throw that in there. You know that.
Yeah.
So Hilda, give us a recent success story. Give us something good here.
So we had a new construction company. Can I say the
names? No, we don't.
Okay.
No, it's a new construction company that we had
company.
here locally, right?
Okay.
He calls me. We build everything. I explained to him how he worked. We were very excited. Got a nice big job for him.
Yep.
We went out. We did the job. Job was great, but we broke a glass at the customer's home.
Okay.
So quickly, if anything happens, when I do a follow-up call, there was a broken glass. Okay, we're going to take care of it right away. Like
not a drinking
we
glass.
always do.
No, not a drinking glass.
It was a
sliding
door,
glass door.
Okay.
Sliding glass
it was
door.
a large glass.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just any glass. It's a special size and so forth. But like anything else, we're going to address it right away. Not a problem. I spoke to the homeowner, spoke to the customer, which was the construction company, and we got it ordered. So, of course, Rick stepped in and he spoke to one of his companies that he deals with, Special Glass, to make sure that this gets expedited and handled right away, because that's how we do right away with our customers.
Absolutely.
Well, there was a back order. Okay, so I call a customer and I tell him, hey, there's a back order. This is the new date that they're giving me. Okay. Well, that date comes around and I put it on the calendar like clockwork. I checked 2 days prior to make sure the shipping is in process. They tell me it was delayed another 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I call our client again, the contractor, and I tell him it was delayed another 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
And he takes a deep breath. He says, I understand. I know how this works and so forth. And again, I follow up 2 days prior. It's in. Okay, we get all the arrangements done. We go out there. It's the wrong door.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
So,
Typical.
At this point, I send all the information to my captain, and I go, your turn to call.
Yeah.
I need him to know, and I send them all the documents, because I'm a CYA kind of person, and we'll talk about those initials later.
Yeah.
I want him to know that we're not giving him the runaround, and he knows, but he wants to make sure that he's telling his homeowner that it's not that we're giving her the runaround.
Yeah.
Because he already paid us.
Yeah.
But he's not getting paid by the homeowner.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that he has all the documents and he's making the homeowner comfortable.
Sure.
So at this point, we're escalating it and making sure that he's hearing it from a higher power.
Yeah.
So, he's getting everything involved and so forth. Long story shorter, it was a disaster. There was an issue with the shipping and so forth, nothing that we could have controlled.
Yeah.
Eventually, it was about 3 months into it. before the right door came in, and we were able to install it.
Wow.
Free of charge, got it done.
We got it done free of charge.
Yeah.
And we reimbursed him for the whole job.
Yeah.
Because that was the right thing to do.
Wow.
And we apologize for it.
So
Wow.
2 weeks later, he calls us back,
Yeah.
thanking us and saying that was something unbelievable, that he didn't expect something from us, and just completely
Right.
had a lot of respect for us.
Wow.
And he had a bigger job for us.
Wow.
And we did it, and it went out without a problem.
Right.
Now, I put in the notes there on that job. This
Yeah.
job will go well.
Yeah, exactly. No issue.
Now we've done several jobs with that customer, and he's
That's
now
awesome.
our customer because we did the right thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard. And in this community, you should always we talk about it's not how you start, but it's how you finish.
Yeah.
And everything that you do, from your point of sale, from your director of first impressions, to thanking them for their services and allowing us to take care of their project, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Being there for your customer and doing the right thing is what will set somebody apart. It's not always, not everything's going to go great.
Right.
But when you do the right thing,
Yeah.
Each and every time, and that's in your heart from the start to the end, that's how you get customers. And I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I think that if we're all on the same page, from our director of first impressions to the guys that go out into the field, all the way up to, and guys are looking. So you got to live that and lead that.
Yep.
And believe that, and then make sure that your team is on board with that. That's your mission.
Yep.
We talk about what our mission statement is to provide a quality product and quality customer service for an affordable price. That's the simple thing. The behind the scenes things, there's many things that are involved that go into the process of completing a proper floor removal. But those simple things, if you want to be successful and you don't want to be a part of that statistic that you
Yep.
just said, that
Yep.
failing statistic,
That's right.
do the little things well and make sure that your customer is always number one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can't control the circumstances of what will happen. Mistakes will happen, but you can control how you frame that, what it means to you, how you react to that, and how you overcome it. So that's the big part of it.
And 90% of the time, people understand mistakes happen. It's what you do about the mistake and how you handle it.
Exactly.
That's your opportunity to either shine or just,
That's right.
it's a failure.
Absolutely.
altogether.
The website, bottomzupp.com, BOTTOMZUPP.com, bottomzupp.com. Rick Nickerson, Hilda Huertas, pleasure again, as always. We thank so much to our team out there, our listeners, our viewers on our TV show on Apple, Amazon, Roku, all of our listeners, our viewers out there. Check us out, consumerqb.com, and please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as packing up some leftover food, handing it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.